It's the 2K Sports pregame show.
Good evening, everybody. Ernie Johnson here with Shaquille O'Neal and Kenny the Jet Smith. Great to have you with us on 2K Sports. Tonight, it'll be the Atlanta Hawks going up against the Chicago Bulls. The Bulls have been looking pretty confident. They've won 8 of their last 10, looking really strong. They've got to be pleased. With the regular season starting to wind down, Kenny, if you're a team that's put up a good fight, but now it's obvious you won't make the playoffs, what's your strategy in the last few games?
Well, you try to get better for next year. You want to improve. Every day you're on the court, you want to improve. But you also want to put a good product on for the fans. So you want to have the fans believing next year could be your year as well.
Well, I'm not as nice as Kenny. I want to win now. So the first thing I would do, I got to evaluate the coaching staff. And then I got to decide which players I want back. We're not making the playoffs. Well, I'm not paying any people.
Wow. That'll do it. Both teams ready for tip. We send it to Kevin Harlan and the crew.
The Bulls are looking to defeat their Eastern Conference rival going into this one. Bringing you another edition of the NBA on 2K Sports. This is Kevin Harlan with Greg Anthony and Brent Barry. From the sideline, we'll have David Aldridge. We'll be hearing from him in just a moment. It's the first game back in Atlanta for the Hawks. In second to last place in the East, nothing's come easy for them this season.
Kevin, I tell you what, they've got a tough stretch of games in front of them. A lot of them on the road. That's going to make it really challenging moving forward.
And before this game gets going, let's send it over to David Aldridge, who caught up with head coach Fred Hoiberg. David.
Well, Kevin, he said overall he's been pleased with their performances against this team, but even at 2-0 against them, he still thinks there's room for improvement. He said, we've won both games, but there have been stretches where they have outplayed us. We can't let that happen tonight. Hard guy to please sometimes. Kevin?
Thank you, David. And nearing the end of the season, Brent, we always talk about momentum being a big factor heading into the playoffs. But why can't a talented team just turn it on when it needs to?
I've seen some examples, Kevin, where a talented team can turn it on when they need to. I think
doesn't happen a lot, though, does it? Would you agree?
It doesn't, but the idea of momentum, in my opinion, also doesn't necessarily exist either. I mean, there can be all of a sudden 7 games, and you can flop in a game, and you start talking about, well, where'd the momentum go? I think that's something in the ether. You have to make sure that you have the talent and the talent ready and healthy to get at that competitive level and to rise to that challenge. That's when I think sometimes you do see it click on.
Let's check out Chicago's starting lineup. Markkanen and Lopez are together down low. Dunn and Levine, their backcourt. And it's Holiday in at the 3. Prince against Holiday. And that's a foul called on Lauri Markkanen. That's his first foul.
Kind of a ticky-tack foul there, but you have to be aware that's how the refs are going to blow the whistle tonight.
Here's Delaney. There's the screen. 6 on the shot clock. Dedmon dishes to Collins. And here's Prince outside. That shot missing. Now Chicago takes it the other way. They put up a nice win against Detroit the last time out.
Executed on the road, stayed focused, stayed consistent with who you are as a team.
Such a confidence builder to go on the road and be able to dictate the tempo, the style of play, keep your identity. They were able to do that here.
And there's the bucket from Markkanen.
And where's the help? Obviously a missed rotation, something they're going to want to patch up.
Well, you have to be able to trust each other on the defensive end of the floor. Otherwise, the whole thing is just going to crumble.
Here's Dedmon. He gives the team some steady offense, a bit under 10 points a game. Delaney kicks to Dedmon. Lopez with the steal. For 3, Levine, and the 3 ball is good. Levine's got himself going with the triple, his first basket of the game.
There's a chance he could go for a big game if they don't D him up on the perimeter.
Bazemore on the wing. Guarded by Levine. Off the screen. Not enough on that one as it misses. Chicago's gone 1 of 2 from long range in the first quarter. Out of bounds, Bulls ball. Chicago keeps possession.
Yeah, tremendous hustle just to get a hand on that one.
Anticipation, reads the play all the way. So close to a steal.
Now about 2 minutes gone here in the first quarter. On the wing, Levine. Dunn passes to Markkanen. Collins grabs the miss. Hawks have gone 1 of 3 from the field to start this one so far. Delaney kicks to Prince. To the paint. Stolen by Markkanen. To the left side wing. Outside, Levine. And again, it's the Bulls from deep.
And you got to like the vision for Markkanen. I mean, a big man who knows how to find the open man.
Delaney kicks it to Bazemore. Feeds to Dedmon. Looking to end the run, and he gets contact and the whistle on the shot. 2 shots coming up. And there's the call. Chicago the foul.
There he is, the product out of Kelford, North Carolina. Kent Bazemore has come a very long way during his short time in the NBA. Speaking of Kelford, that's got to be one of those places where everybody knows who you are, and Bazemore has that easygoing vibe when you get a chance to meet him.
And hard scrabble beginnings for Bazemore. Winters without heat. His mom worked 3 jobs to support the family. But what a success story for Kent Bazemore.
Yeah, an incredible story. You can see the work ethic that Kent Bazemore has and how those things have paid off for him. This is a guy who went undrafted, waited for an opportunity, and then pounced on it. The thing is with Kent Bazemore now, are you the type of player who wants to spend the money that you've earned, or do you want to earn the money that you've been given?
And it's the Bulls with the ball. Following the 3 by Atlanta. And the dunk by Lopez.
Oh, fellas, that was vicious 2-hand monster slam.
Guys, I don't think there was anyone who could have stopped him on that one. Here's Delaney. He's averaging around 5.5 points a game. There's a good screen. Another 3 for Atlanta.
Oh, nice screen. Really a poor defensive reaction and the obvious result.
Yeah, when you fail to get over the top, more than likely that jumper is going to go down.
Chicago with the ball. Portis kicks to Dunn. And he could not get that one to go. Out of contact, and he'll go to the line for 2. And Brent, for the Hawks, you go back to the summer of 2016. How big was it for them losing their all-star, Al Horford?
Well, the rumor is there wasn't too much of a financial difference between what the Hawks were offering and what the Celtics ended up giving Al Horford. And they wanted to have him back and maybe trade Paul Millsap for assets. That all did not happen, and it gutted the team a little bit because of Horford's versatility. You could see that reflected in some of the offensive numbers from the Hawks last year.
Now, here's Dunn, looking for his first basket still in this one. And Lopez throws it down.
That's good passing down low. He's good at working the ball deep into the post.
Hawks have gone 50% from the field, hitting 3 of 6 since the opening tip. Delaney, the pass to Collins. Here's Delaney. Bazemore for 3. It's rebounded by Portis.
Right now he's just out of sync. A lot of shots rimming out, and he's got to try to find something different.
That's not the type of opportunity he fails to convert very often.
And Bazemore kicks to Prince. Chance there to take the lead, missing. The Bulls have gotten 5 of 10 shots to drop in this game so far. Right at the 50% mark. Nice shot by Portis.
And good passing, setting up a lot of these buckets right now, Kevin. That's been the key.
Delaney, the pass to Bazemore. They set the screen. It's Prince on the wing. And the whistle blows, and it's going to be an over-the-back call here.
And you can live with those over-the-back calls sometimes because at least it's an effort play.
You're trying to extend the possession so you appreciate the effort. Better just to head down the court sometimes and not give up a team foul in that situation.
He dishes it to Dedmon. The Hawks working the ball around. And Bazemore kicks to Collins. Denial.
And they've done a nice job controlling the defensive backboard to start this game. And they've had chances to score inside, just unable to convert.
Levine can't hit. The Hawks trail by 5. And Bazemore kicks to Delaney. No good on the triple.
Well, you have to like their work on the boards, Kevin, particularly here to start the game.
Outside, Levine. Lopez a screen. So the whistle blows on the shot and 2 free throws for the contact right there. And certainly while the injury for Zach LaVine and his ACL was devastating, Greg, it's good to see him back on the court, and he seems to be on track to making a full recovery.
And Kevin, still amazing to me to see just how far the medical community has come in terms of treating ACL injuries. LaVine is such an athletic monster. To lose even a little burst would have been huge. Fortunately, though, with modern medicine, it's going to allow this guy to make the most of his potential still.
Now here's Taylor. Down to 5 on the shot clock. The teardrop falls in.
Terrific use of the floater, unguardable really, because you can't do anything defensively to stop it.
There's the dish to Levine. Screened by Grant. Here's Valentine. And count it. He'll head to the line with a chance to make it 3.
If you're going in amongst the trees, you have got to be aggressive.
Well, he's also crafty with how he approaches it. Right there, he uses just the right move to lay it in.
Here's what Chicago's going with right now. Vonleh's checked in for Lopez. And G's subbed in for Zach LaVine. It's stolen by G. Portis, the pass to G. Back to Portis. Second chance shot, and he lays it up and in. Portis has got 5 now.
Defensively, you cause the miss, but then you have to corral it.
Well, that's the second part of the equation there. Block out, be aggressive, and control the glass.
And they'll keep possession.
Well, you notice the length there from Vonleh, allowing him to get that shot block.
Grant dishes to Vonleh. Fires for 3. G, no good. The Hawks trail by 9. There's the pick. Taylor kicks to Bellinelli. He feeds it to Muscala. The Hawks again can't hit.
I'm shocked that didn't turn into 3 points. I mean, he makes you pay on those nearly every time.
Back to Grant. Vonleh kicks to Grant. Pass to Vonleh. Shot clock at 5. From the stripe. No good from Grant. The Hawks shooting down around 24%. Obviously, they've struggled. Here's Muscala. And that one clearly a foul. Gets the whistle, and 2 shots coming up. Right, you've certainly been in the public eye for a while as a player, as a broadcaster, an actor in the Jerry Maguire movie. Is there anything else?
So kind of you, Kevin, to bring that up.
I'm just reading the list here,
yeah.
Brent. Is there anything else on camera that you'd really like to do?
Oh, I was in a Coolio video. I don't know if you knew that, Kevin. Coolio made a music video, and I was asked to come down to the studio with the late Malik Sealy, and him and I actually were in the video for the movie's primetime song.
No kidding.
Yes.
How about that? How fun. Paul Zipser, he's checked in for the Bulls. Pass to G. Grant kicks to Zipser. And there's the feed to Valentine. A chance to extend the lead to double digits, but it's no good. Knocked loose. It's stolen by G. Puts it up from 17. Misses off the left iron. It's stolen by G. Kicks to Grant. The pass to G. Back to Grant. Dishes it to Vonleh. Buries it down low. And the Bulls lead by 9.
Developing quality moves inside. Vonleh has the length and power to do more of that.
And so it's Atlanta with it. Defeated by the Pacers in their last game. They'll try to put that one behind them.
And they couldn't get stops when they needed to. The opposition just too comfortable shooting the basketball.
And it's not that you have to take chances, but you got to step up your effort and try to get disruptive. They never did that. And on the road, that's a recipe for disaster.
No good from Grant. And it's the Hawks' ball. 9-point game. They're looking for a little bit of redemption in this one after the loss to them here last time.
Yeah, in this game, they'll want to approach things a little differently, I think. Got blown out last time due to being a little too aggressive on the defensive side.
And that led to a few of their key guys spending long stretches of the game on the bench because of foul trouble. Hard to find yourself back in a rhythm when you do that.
The Bulls leading by 9. Here's Zipser. No good with the triple. 51 seconds left in the first quarter. For Atlanta, they have looked good at the line tonight. They're perfect in 4 attempts. The first one falls. And Coach Mike Budenholzer, a product of the San Antonio coaching tree, learned a lot in his decade-plus as a lead assistant under Greg Popovich.
Well, I think one key for Mike Budenholzer is that he understands that the importance of the assistant coaching staff can really elevate the level of play for the basketball team, and that each of those coaches has an open door policy. You can walk in, you can have a conversation, you can gripe a little bit, and then try to build on something so that the team ends up better off because of those open lines of communication.
Good, nice play there from Vonleh.
Well, we've seen that movie a few times, haven't we? An easy bucket in the paint.
Outside, Taylor. Clock at 6. Ilyasova a screen. Bellinelli for 3. Hits the three-point bomb. Bellinelli's got his first 3 points of the game.
And Bellinelli moves well in these situations, staying active at all times and being rewarded there with his effort.
From deep, Ilyasova. No good on that last second attempt there. And so it's Chicago with a 6-point lead at the end of the quarter. They have made it very tough to get a shot off against them. Their defense has been stifling. Back to the action after this word. The second quarter getting ready to start up. And before we move on, what do you guys think about what we've seen so far from the Bulls?
Aggressive defense in that first period. They forced several miscues.
But you just start to wonder, how did we get to this score at the end of 1? I think those steals really established momentum in their favor.
The Bulls leading by 6. In a moment now to reset the lineups, courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up for the second quarter of basketball. And so in the game for the Hawks, Mike Muscala out there with Ilyasova. Then there's Bellinelli, and it's Taylor in at the point guard position. Muscala up top, all alone. It's rebounded by Vonleh. Vonleh's got his 4th rebound in this one. Here's G. Vonleh, the pass to Markkanen. And the Bulls tack on 2 more.
And I tell you what, Markkanen has already mastered the art of the bank shot. Loves getting it up there and knocking that one down. You have got to be in his space if you want to disrupt his rhythm.
And a look now at the breakdown between 3-point and 2-point shots attempted here tonight for the Bulls.
Liking the effectiveness they've shown here from 3-point land. And I say, hey, shoot it more. They've been successful with a high field goal percentage, and we'll see if that continues to be a part of their arsenal.
That free throw good from Ilyasova. And Ersan Ilyasova out of Turkey, the 36th pick back in 2005.
He's carved out a long and nice career as a spread 4 in this league. Has played for many teams, but has not played in many different ways. He's a good shooter and a good rebounder and keeps getting chances in the NBA.
Ooh, that's as forceful a finish as you're ever going to see out of this guy.
Well, gee, it adds now to their lead in spectacular fashion.
And to me, this is why they're winning, guys. Unlikely players stepping up huge against a defense that's really nowhere to be found.
And fouled on the shot, so the bucket counts and a chance for one more here.
Rebounds like that shows you that Ilyasova is capable of some big rebound nights.
The Hawks have been a perfect 8 of 8 at the line.
And team free throw numbers really about as good as you could ask for, around 80% on the season.
Taurean Prince, he's checked in for the Hawks. Malcolm Delaney comes in for Taylor. Here's G. He's averaging around 5.5 points a game. There's the pick. Valentine dishes to Holiday. Good ball movement here by the Bulls. Valentine kicks to Holiday. 4 on the clock. Markkanen can't get it to go. The Hawks trail by 8. That's a 2 from Bellinelli with nobody on him. He buries the jumper. Bellinelli's got 5. Chicago's gotten fewer than half of their three-pointers to go down tonight. They're 4 for 9. G kicks to Markkanen. The three-pointer no good.
Hey, even though he's been off, the team's still winning, so the hope is that he's gonna get going.
Pass to Prince. Launches it. It's hauled in by the Bulls. Longley's got 5 rebounds tonight. Down low. Markkanen with it. Ilyasova on him. Misses from close range. And for those of you just joining us, we're almost 2.5 minutes into the second quarter. The shot by Bellinelli. No good. The Bulls leading by 6. Here's Markkanen. Goes back up. G. Rebound by Muscala.
It is so tough to make those kind of shots with the defense draped all over you.
Bellinelli passes it to Muscala. Got a hand on it.
And how about Markkanen using his size and reach on defense? Great timing in terms of being able to get up and block shots.
Atlanta making some changes. Dwayne Dedmon's checked in for Mike Muscala. Collins comes in for Ilyasova. And it's Kent Bazemore in for Bellinelli. Robin Lopez is checked in for Chicago. Zach LaVine comes in for Valentine. Now here's Prince. He's been patient so far. Nothing yet on the scoreboard. They get a hand on it. And here we go. The Bulls fast break. And that one's good by G. And the Bulls lead by 8.
Assists like that have typified their effort today. Terrific ball movement.
And play stops. Whistle on what looks to be an illegal screen. And let's quickly check out the best young defenders, how they've been playing in the low post lately. Your rookie block leaders for the past month. Lauri Markkanen is second.
He's been a factor on the inside. An impressive stretch for him defensively.
Outside, LaVine. Lopez sets a screen for LaVine. To the wing right side. G dishes to Markkanen. Knocks down the 3 ball. Markkanen's got the lead up to 11 now for the Bulls.
How about the soft touch there for Markkanen? A dangerous weapon on offense, constantly looking for ways to score.
And now the first timeout called here for the Hawks. Each coach has his strengths and they've got weaknesses, but if you needed someone to drop a play to get you 1 bucket out of a timeout, who are some of the names you turn to?
I think I'm going to turn to Kevin Durant, Kyrie Irving, possibly James Harden, because 2 points can happen after a free throw, right, Kev? So yes. I could get James Harden to the line, and then 1 LeBron James. That's not a bad list of guys to turn to if I need 2 points.
Absolutely. And then what coach would you have draw up that play?
If I don't say Pop, my life will cease to exist. I will say Greg Popovich in late game situations does a marvelous job. Not only, Kevin, of getting the ball to the guy that he wants potentially to get the game winner, but to have options and to make sure that that player sees those options in case something breaks down.
Here is Ilyasova. Chris Dunn making his last shot. Ilyasova. And you know that's going to be goaltending, guys, so that's a free basket right there.
That's a very close call. I'm sure he thinks it's a clean block, but looks like it was on the way down.
Dunn kicks to LaVine. Outside Holiday. Second chance effort. Whistle on the play. Bucket's good. He'll go to the line.
And some guys just have a nose for scoring, and this one couldn't have been any easier.
Well, on the defensive end, this is a joke. The lack of awareness is exactly why this team is so far behind.
Some tough offensive sets. They want to turn it around.
Yeah, right now you just need a bucket to get some momentum.
Collins passes to Delaney. Overdone. Delaney no good.
And defensively, moving his feet there, staying right on top of the shooter.
Some defenses are okay with giving up the mid-range shot. In this case, they contested.
And that's a foul called on Lauri Markkanen. That's his third foul of the game. And here's Bazemore. 5 points in the game.
And you can see the commitment already here defensively by Markkanen, not allowing his man to get comfortable. Love the fact that he's working on it.
They set the pick. Here's Delaney. And so he draws the foul on the shot. A trip to the line to shoot two. It's on Zach LaVine. The Hawks have been exceptional shooting free throws tonight, going 9 for 9. And he makes the first.
And guys, this is the way to stay in the game. They're doing a masterful job from the line. Perfect this quarter.
No good on the second free throw. Chicago leading by 13. And Holiday kicks to Markkanen. Holiday against Ilyasova. Out of bounds. It'll go to the Hawks.
Now let's check out some stats for Markkanen. He showed up every night and some noteworthy performances over the last month. He's around 14 points per game, 9 rebounds, and 2 assists. And he's been a rock in the middle for them over that stretch of games. Dominating the glass is his trademark.
I feel like those rebounds are wearing down and eroding the opponent. His effort right now, physically and mentally, has been good.
Here's Lopez, and Lopez throws it down.
Oh, inflicting some punishment with the two-hand flush.
They're going for the throat. Bazemore with it. 7 points in the game. Ilyasova, a screen on LaVine. Here's Bazemore. Rebound by the Bulls.
And a tough game for the guys around him, mainly because his shot's been hit and miss.
And Prince with a clear path to the hoop. The fast break ends at the rim with a jam.
And at full speed, he still has the wherewithal to get himself in good position.
Yeah, the snap decisions right there, reading the situation on the move and then making the right choice.
And so he earns a trip to the line. Officials saw the contact and he'll shoot two.
And Markkanen is skilled at drawing fouls once he establishes position. Uses that height to get the defense to commit.
And he makes the first. Portis, he's checked in for Chicago. And so he makes both from the line.
And they have yet to miss a shot from the line here this quarter.
Atlanta calls timeout.
And one thing they'll discuss are the defensive rotations. The other is in the matchups.
We're seeing very little help defense on the inside, and even when there is help, it's been ineffective.
Brent, every team's looking for skilled bigs who can hit the three, defend the perimeter, pull out other bigs. At what point do we start seeing 6'9", 6'10", 6'11" guards? I guess we're kind of getting a glimpse of that now.
Yes, with apologies to Magic Johnson and what he was able to do through his career with the Lakers. Those guys are all throughout the league already. I mean, we've already hit that mark, Kevin, where we're seeing some of these guys do extraordinary things in terms of their skill with the basketball in open space. Thank you, Giannis Antetokounmpo.
Yeah, and Brandon Ingram. I find it amazing, though, don't you?
I really do. And to say that the game is not better than it was, watching what these young players are capable of, and I'm just talking purely in terms of their skill. The game has come a long way. Happy to see it.
And the Hawks making a change here. Taylor's checked in.
And one area of concern for Dunn, hitting his free throws with consistency, because he has the temperament to draw fouls.
Collins against Lopez. Feeds it to Ilyasova. Off the mark there with the three-point shot. Chicago with the ball. They're on a 17-7 run. Dunn kicks to Lopez. He dishes it to Markkanen. Some nice ball movement by the Bulls. Back to Levine. From 12 feet out, connects, the jumper drops. Levine's got 10 points.
And each bucket at this point feels like a backbreaker.
Well, to win at this level consistently, you cannot be faint of heart, and he's going in for the kill.
Prince kicks to Collins. Happy to see that one go in for his second make in 5 attempts. Chicago leading by 16. Now Dunn. He has 5. Pass to Portis. From deep. Offensive rebound. The dish to Dunn. On the wing, Levine. Portis, the pass to Markkanen. No good from outside. Atlanta's gone 0-3 from beyond the arc to start the second quarter. Bazemore with it. Now guarded by Dunn.
A really good rebound in traffic. That's what the big fella's there for.
To the middle. It's tipped and stolen by Ilyasova. Outside, Taylor. It's tipped. Outside, Levine. He kicks it to Dunn. Now here's Levine. He's coming off a 16-point game against Detroit.
Ball movement was critical in this game. It did not stick with any one player, so his passing was on point, and he really picked apart the defense. Tremendous effort. He will not be denied on the offensive glass.
Ilyasova a screen. Here's Taylor. From deep, Prince. It's hauled in by Dunn.
Just a solid performance on the interior. The rebounding has been off the charts.
The Hawks trail by 18.
They need a bucket in a big way here to regain some confidence.
And count it. He'll head to the line with a chance to make it 3.
Yeah, he's had bad first quarters before and has dug himself out. Here's another one tonight.
The Hawks have shot 10 of 11 at the line. Nice work so far for them. So for the Bulls. Vonleh's checked in for Lopez. Valentine comes in for Markkanen. And it's Jaren Grant in for Chris Dunn. And that one falls for Collins. The Bulls leading by 15. Pass to Vonleh. Shoots from 12. And it's Chicago with the rebound. They led by as many as 18 points. They host the Clippers after this game. That game is the first and last of their homestand. Grant. Now here's Valentine. He's guarded by Collins. Got a piece of it. Grant against Taylor. That's tipped. 46 seconds left now here in the second. And Valentine with the basket on the assist by Levine. Levine's got 6 assists in the game. Taylor dishes to Muscala. And Bellinelli kicks to Collins. And he was fouled on the way up. 2 free throws now for him. He's gone 1 of 1 in the game so far from the line. And that one falls for Collins. Chicago making some changes. Markkanen, he's checked in for Noah Vonleh. And G's subbed in for Zach LaVine. He hits one and misses one each at the line.
Well, it's interesting to watch him because he's putting his body on the line to get to the line. We didn't see this during the first quarter, but he's making up for it here.
Now, here's Grant. Here's Portis. Knocks down the 3 ball. Portis has got 8 points.
Well, in this day and age, big men shoot more and more 3-pointers, and he's fully capable of a triple.
And here is Taylor. 3-pointer. And so it's Chicago with a 19-point advantage heading into the next quarter. They've been playing some ferocious defense. And now let's catch up with David Aldridge, who's standing by from the sideline. All right, Dave.
Thanks, Kevin. Here with Coach Mike Budenholzer. Coach, probably not the defensive effort you were hoping for thus far.
Yeah, no, our defense isn't where it needs to be. I think they're getting open looks. We're overshifting, and then we're not committing to shooters. Just not a very good defensive effort so far.
Mike, thanks very much for your time. Kevin, back to you.
Thanks for the great interview, David. And we'll be back for the third quarter of basketball following halftime.
The 2K Sports Halftime
Welcome
Show.
back, folks. Ernie Johnson here along with Kenny the Jet Smith and Shaquille O'Neal. We're going to break down all the action from the first half. Chicago holding the upper hand after the first 2 quarters. They are dominating the scoring, leading by 19. Kenny, some perspective, please.
Well, how about their ball movement? That was a true definition of team basketball. All 5 guys moving, all guys rotating, everyone touching the ball, a bunch of assists, tons of easy baskets. It gives everyone on the floor confidence when you're playing like that.
And over to the big fella, your thoughts on the Hawks.
Well, they struggle in a number of areas. Protecting the rim is really at the top of the list. They haven't made that a priority. They haven't put forth a whole lot of effort. You got to protect the rim.
That's it for halftime. Glad you could join us, as now we send you back to the action for the start of the third quarter.
Welcome back to Atlanta as you get a look at the famous facade of Phillips Arena, home of the Hawks. Welcome back, everyone, to the start of the second half. Big margin on our hands, but we'll see if that gap narrows down in the third and fourth quarters. We've seen Robin Lopez really having a great game.
And through 2 quarters, surprising how aggressive he was offensively.
You know what? That guy's not going to hurt us. Don't worry about him. Boom. Supporting role, and then he puts some points on you. They better make an adjustment.
Welcome back, everyone, to the start of the second half. Big margin on our hands, but we'll see if that gap narrows down in the third and fourth quarters. The Bulls leading by 19 points. Taking a look at the Bulls, Dunn and Levine, their backcourt. Markkanen and Lopez are together down low, and it's Holiday in at the 3 slot.
And they've just been so comfortable at both ends of the floor. I mean, you'd almost think they're playing at home.
Well, the crowd got in here tonight and sat down, and that's where they stayed all night long, extremely poised, which has led to a monster lead.
Here's Prince, the Bulls getting the bucket. Off the pick. No good off the back of the rim.
It's a +5 advantage for them in rebounding after that one.
Holiday, no good.
Really shocking he didn't take advantage of that golden opportunity there. He needs to be much better in that situation.
Offensive rebound. Shot by Collins, no good.
They look frustrated, 0 for 3. Not how you want to start the third quarter.
Bean passes to Dunn. Here's Holiday with the second effort. Lopez with the bucket. Lopez has got 4 points this quarter.
They should continue to get the ball inside. The defense struggling to contain them.
They set the pick. From deep, Prince connects from 3-point range.
Well, it took 4. They finally got one to go. Still, they need to connect on more opportunities to get this quarter going.
Here's Lopez, and Lopez throws it down.
Yeah, I love the communication and the chemistry between those teammates.
Dwayne Dedmon's checked in for Muscala. For Chicago, they have gone 6 of 9 at the line. First minute and a half of basketball here in the third quarter. Robin Lopez, a solid big man who can clean up the glass and Greg get you some points on the other end.
And Robin Lopez might not have great range now, but you know that could change. He says he's working on a 3-point shot, and his logic is that since his twin brother Brook can make threes, it can't be that hard.
Maybe. Here's Levine following the 3 by Atlanta. Second shot opportunity. Dedmon with the block.
But got to respect the wingspan that time of Dwayne on that end. Look, you go up like that and you're a dead man.
From deep, Prince. Another miss by Prince.
Well, his struggles are consuming the rest of the team here tonight. He's got to find his rhythm and find it fast.
He feeds it to Collins. Lays it up and in off the pretty assist. Collins has got 10.
You know, we talk so much about accurate shooting. Sometimes accurate passing can lead to great shooting. You saw it there.
And again, Chicago, no good. The Hawks trail by 18. Delaney kicks it to Bazemore. Here's Collins. Lets it go from the baseline and nails it. 12 points for him.
Well, if they're going to win this game, he's going to require just a little bit of help. Many of the shots he's taking are finding the hoop.
Lopez a screen. Here's Holiday. Drops in the layup for 2. And the Bulls lead by 18.
They're doing a really good job of getting the ball inside and attacking the paint. That's an area they have completely dominated.
Atlanta calls timeout.
Yeah, you know, some of it's shot selection, some just bad luck, and they just can't get anything going.
Well, coming out of the timeout, let's see if they go for the outside shot or if they look to go inside, try to build some confidence by seeing that ball go in.
Here's Delaney. 7 points in the game. Bazemore on the wing. Guarded by Levine. And Bazemore kicks to Delaney. 5 to shoot. Kept alive by Atlanta.
Yeah, maybe a little luck, maybe a little bit of heart. Both of those at play here. He's getting every offensive rebound.
Good ball movement here by the Bulls. Holiday dishes to Markkanen. There's the feed to Dunn. In the corner, it's Levine. The Bulls need to get a shot off here. Dunn misses. The Hawks trail by 18. Bazemore misses.
And he thought he had a clear path to the hoop, but the defense didn't give up on that play and cut him off.
To the inside. Here's Delaney. Over Dunn. That one wide left.
And they've got a big lead, not just on the scoreboard, but really in the rebounding numbers as well.
And how about that stroke from mid-range by Markkanen? The 7-footer with a deadly jumper. That's like a defense's worst nightmare.
Now here's Bazemore. He's making his presence felt offensively with his scoring average up there at almost 13 points a game. Bazemore with it, guarded by Levine. They set the pick. Just 5 on the clock. From about 19 feet. And a big bounce off the rim, but it sinks right in. Delaney's got 5 points now this quarter. The Bulls leading by 18. Dunn kicks to Markkanen. Levine with it. He's got 10. Outside Holiday. Back to Levine. From the arc. Rebounded by the Hawks. Collins has got his 7th rebound of the game with that last one. They could use a big shot here to get this offense going.
Too many empty possessions. Right now, they need a basket.
Dedmon using his length that time on the offensive end.
Bulls have gone 5 of 12 from the field since the third quarter got underway. Dunn kicks to Markkanen. Outside Holiday. There's the pass to Markkanen. 6 to shoot. And stolen by Prince. Oh, and a fast break for Atlanta. Puts it up from 12. Here's Collins. It's deflected. Now, here's Dunn. Defense right on him. Holiday, the pass to Markkanen. And Markkanen throws it down.
And how about the hops there by Markkanen? He knows not many guys can block that shot. Good at getting that deep post position.
Time called here. The Hawks decide to talk it over. We've seen Robin Lopez really having a great game.
He can't be stopped right now. The D looks like they're at a loss, and they have no idea how to contain him.
So Chicago going with an almost entirely new group here. Portis, he's checked in for Lopez. Valentine comes in for Justin Holiday. Grant, he's checked in for Levine. And G's subbed in for Chris Dunn. Now here's Taylor. Dedmon kicks to Bellinelli. There's the screen. The fader. Hits the front of the rim and out. Chicago leading by 18. G kicks to Markkanen. Dishes to G. Pass to Markkanen. And a foul called on the shot. Got him on the way up that time, so he'll shoot 2 right here.
And Markkanen is showing the aggressiveness you like to see in a guy with his skill set. Somebody who doesn't lack confidence when he shoots the ball.
That free throw good for Markkanen. No good on the second free throw. Atlanta's good. On 2 of 5 with the three-point shot since coming out of the break. The Hawks again can't hit. For Chicago, they've gone at a pretty good shooting pace. They're 6 of 13 from the field here in the third. G passes to Portis. Now Markkanen. He's got 14. And he goes strong with the one-handed jam.
Now flying high and throwing it down with the one-hand.
One of his favorite moves right there, guys. Here's Bellinelli. There's a good screen. Here's Taylor. And what was that about? Not a good shot right there. G dishes to Grant. Pass to Portis. Back to Grant. Kicks to Markkanen. Bulls moving the ball around. 4 on the clock. Feeds it to G. Right at the free throw line. And there's the rebound by Dedmon. Dedmon's got his 7th rebound here tonight. Brent, many teams have cracked down on cell phone use during practices and during games. Can anything be done on a league level in that regard?
Hold on, Kevin. I'm getting a call.
Okay, good. Yeah. Can you put him on hold for just a second?
Yeah, Mom, I'm talking to Kevin Harlan. Yeah, it's a different age. I don't think the league, Kevin, can do anything with regards to how players use their mobile devices. That's up to the team and how it is a coach make sure that the demands of what your practice schedule is and your game schedule and your attentiveness to those times that you need to be there, that takes precedent.
Here's Taylor, and he banks in the layup. Taylor's got his 2nd bucket of the game to go.
That's some good interior passing, and that's how you move it on the inside.
To the middle, here's Portis. In it goes for the 5th time and 10 shots for him this game. The Hawks trail by 19. Taylor kicks to Ilyasova. Another miss by Ilyasova.
Yeah, and something we always talk about, though, shot selection.
Well, being aggressive is one thing, but aggression with control is another, and you need both elements working together.
Now, here's Grant. Still getting warmed up offensively. No buckets yet in the game for him. And that's out of bounds. Chicago will retain possession. Malcolm Delaney, he's checked in for the Hawks. Shot clock at 6. Fires from 14. Atlanta with the rebound. Muscala's got rebound number 9 now. What an effort here tonight. Bellinelli. Atlanta gets it back in a new 24. Here's Delaney. They get it again.
And you could tell he thought that triple was going to fall.
Here's G. Bellinelli is covering. Valentine wide open. He fires. Buries the long-range jumper. Valentine's got 7.
The D just sagged off just enough and no hesitation on his part.
And Muscala kicks to Bellinelli. 56 seconds left to play here in the third. Here's Delaney. And once again off the mark by Atlanta.
That's just poor shooting right now from him, and I'm not sure why he's even attempting those kind of shots.
Valentine passes to Markkanen, and the layup's good off the glass. 16 points for him. 36 seconds left in the third quarter. Guys are looking for a spark here.
Yeah, a cold stretch offensively for sure.
They set the pick. Here's Bellinelli. He's covered by Grant. Back to Muscala. Over G. Muscala misses.
+8 in the rebound differential. One more reason why they're in control.
Ilyasova, with the height of a big man, he's very much at ease and has a great release.
He is 3 for 3 from the free throw line. The first one falls. And both free throws good for Ilyasova. G dishes to Grant. Markkanen kicks to Portis. Grant outside. 1 second left. No good. And so it's the Chicago Bulls holding a 22-point lead as the quarter wraps up. Barring a disaster, it would appear they've got this game in the bag. And don't go away. We'll be right back. Welcome back. Fourth quarter action starting up in what has been a one-sided show. The Hawks shooting a terrible 27% from the floor. Boy, an off night for them to say the least. They've got Muscala, Ilyasova out there with Bellinelli, and it's Delaney in at the 1. So that's the lineup for Atlanta. Muscala misses. Chicago leading by 22. Grant kicks to Portis. And down it goes, jamming that one home.
Oh, Kev, he put some anger behind that one.
You're telling me. Delaney, the pass to Ilyasova. Fast break, here comes Chicago. Grant leading the charge. They grabbed their own miss. And good that time. And that's now 18 points for Lauri Markkanen.
And remember, at 7 feet tall, Markkanen is tough to keep off the board, solid at tracking down misses on that offensive glass.
There's a screen. Ilyasova, a screen. Back to Delaney, and he dunks it after the pick frees him up.
And that's such solid, fundamental basketball on display right there, guys.
You talk about it all the time, Greg. Yeah, great use of the pick to set up the dunk.
Well, that's a play that only works by practicing over and over and having a great rhythm with your teammate. You could see the timing there.
So it's Chicago now after the basket by Atlanta. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Valentine kicks to Grant. Here's Markkanen. Off target with his 3.
And, you know, he's a threat from deep, no doubt about it, but it just has not been there for him tonight. You might want to change your game plan a little bit offensively.
NBA official, NBA referee, Brent Ashby, one of the toughest jobs in the world. There's been a lot of talk about adding an official to the court. Would that make a difference?
You know, I'm thinking, Kevin, that's like asking 4 of my buddies to add a 5th guy to go out and they're all single. That means there's another guy I got to compete with. So maybe we don't have another set of eyes on the NBA game. Lots of physicality, lots of pushing and shoving. You may see more foul calling, which will slow down the tempo and the rhythm of the game. I'm not sure that's the best idea for the league.
So then adding the Secaucus and the extra eyes in New York to look at calls, I think that might take the place of adding the official.
I think the league has done a great job, Kevin. Having Secaucus now have the ability to make some of those calls to help speed up what we do with regards to the replay.
And so it looks like the Bulls will retain possession here. Grant outside. G passes to Portis. Some nice ball movement by the Bulls. Taken away. Here's Dorsey. The lead pass was put in just the right spot.
Yeah, good job with the anticipation, and then the quick hands results in points off the break.
Now, sometimes you calculate the risks, and he did it there, but couldn't have turned out any better.
Now here's Valentine. Just 5 to shoot. G, no good.
He's been a little bit disappointing in this game. However, his team has his back. They need a little bit more help from him.
And it's going to be out of bounds. The Hawks will retain possession. So Chicago going with an almost entirely new group here. Omer Asik, he's checked in for Markkanen. Noah Vonleh comes in for Portis. Paul Zipser, he's checked in for Valentine. And David Nwaba is subbed in for G. Here's Delaney. He dishes it to Prince. Uses the glass to finish the layup.
That's just smart basketball. Ideally, you love for all of your shots to come from that spot.
To the right side. Nwaba kicks to Grant. Hey, Brent, with the stakes of players' health being so high, we've seen contract clauses prohibiting many outside activities, but we're talking also about 20-year-old guys who just want to live their lives and enjoy what the success has brought them. What's the balance here?
I think the league tries to do a good job of making sure that players aren't involved in activities that are going to jeopardize what it is that their livelihood brings them, and that is their ability to play on the NBA floor, Kevin. And a lot of those things that you see in the player contract are absolutely things that a player can enjoy after their career is over with.
Now here's Levine. Inside, here's Nwaba. That's tipped.
Sensational coverage by Bazemore there. His length makes him a threat to always be able to block shots like that.
And Zach Levine gets the whistle that time. That's foul number 2 for him. The Bulls making a switch here. Dunn's checked in. Delaney kicks to Prince. It's good from long range.
Well, you can see and maybe feel right now him getting into the comfort zone out there after dropping the second 3 of the half.
Here's the screen. Here's Portis. Got a piece of it. They get it back. Yes, indeed, it is good. He's now 8 for 14.
And physically, there's no doubt they've been the stronger team. A plus 10 rebound advantage tells you all you need to know.
The dish to Bazemore. Pass to Delaney. He kicks to Prince. Brent, when we look at some of the classic rivalries between teams, they don't always look as emotionally charged nowadays. Is there a way you think to get that back?
Well, the first thing I do, Kevin, is not try to manufacture anything. The second thing I would avoid is please don't bring up the Lakers-Celtics rivalries in the 80s. And the last thing I would make you conscious of is the fact that, look, players are moving around so often that it's hard to get years and years of the same matchup with the same guys on the roster. Now, look, accept the competition for what it is, and if we get another one where teams are facing one another more often, then let's enjoy it for what it is.
And there's the whistle on the shot. Took the foul, shot misses. He'll be shooting 2. Free throw good, Portis. And so he makes both from the line. The Hawks trail by 21. Here's Delaney. He feeds it to Prince. Goes up on the high post, and he makes that one. Prince has got 9 points now in the quarter.
Yeah, certainly an attitude change at halftime after sort of wandering around in the first. He's kicked it into gear here for the second frame.
Now here's Levine. There's the feed to Dunn. Outside, Levine. And a lot of contact on that one, so he'll shoot 2 here.
And you know what? Very close to a 3-point play right there.
throw good, Levine. Over the decades, the way the league has grown, phenomenal, due in no small part to the leadership. Brent, what are some of the key traits you've seen of these two great NBA commissioners?
I think the one thing about both David Stern and Adam Silver that they have done a great job with is that they're approachable. There doesn't seem to be a time, at least in an NBA player's career, where they don't feel like they could either call the office and within maybe a day or two hear from somebody from the league office. But the fact that both David Stern and Adam Silver find their way out to arenas throughout the regular season, come to see every team, that approachability, I think, far and away sets those two gentlemen aside.
Markkanen, he's checked in for Bobby Portis. One-on-one fast break. Here's Bazemore, and the slam dunk by Bazemore.
Well, that's some speed right there shown by Bazemore. The bucket is as easy as they come if you run like that.
And the pass to Holiday. Lopez a screen. Holiday goes in. Terrific design on the pick play, and he lays it in. And the Bulls lead by 19.
The defender must have felt like he ran into a brick wall right there. Really great screen set to give his teammate the wide open shot.
Muscala misses.
Yeah, this has been a night where you could look at his shooting and his performance, and it's affected the team. That's the bottom line.
Now here's Dunn. D right on him. Now here's Bazemore. Passes it to Delaney. There's the pick. Dishes it to Collins. And there's a whistle. He was going up for a layup, and while it looked like there was some contact, I wasn't sure they were going to call a foul shot or not, but sure enough they have. So he'll head to the free throw line.
John Collins. 2 shots.
And the first one drops.
Even though they're down, they are putting on a show at the free throw line.
The Hawks making a switch here. Ilyasova's checked in, and so Collins nails both of them. The Bulls leading by 17. Out to the right wing. Some nice ball movement by the Bulls. Here's Dunn. Lays it in without an inch of room around him.
Amazing job by Dunn, positioning himself well inside and dominating the defense.
Atlanta's gotten just 1 of 4 3-pointers to go down for them here in the fourth. Bazemore dishes to Ilyasova. Pass to Collins. Ilyasova down low. Lopez is there. Ilyasova can't hit. The Bulls have gone through the fourth quarter shooting 50%, 7 of 14. Levine kicks to Dunn. Holiday against Prince. Holiday attacking, and so he earns a trip to the line. Officials saw the contact, and he'll shoot 2. And the first one drops. Hey, Brent, analytics more and more playing a part in the NBA, almost to the point where people now feel guilty taking mid-range jump shots because they know the higher percentage that exists. How far is too far in using these numbers?
Well, I think people mention it too much, Kevin, but they don't understand it enough. There's no doubt that analytics plays a huge part in what our game is today. Every team throughout the 30 in the league have several guys employed to look deep into these numbers. But the fact of the matter is, still the best shot in basketball is the dunk or the layup. Teams are still trying to get into the paint and get it done. And the three-point evolution is not going anywhere. So it's about understanding it. Right now we're at a good point. About 33% of shots taken right now are three-point shots. I think we're going to see it get close to 40. Wow. That's about the tipping point.
40%. The Hawks trail by 21. And there's the whistle. That goes on Chris Dunn. That'll be his second foul of the game. And the Hawks with possession here. Here's Delaney. Kicks it to Prince. Ilyasova, a screen on Holiday. 5 on the clock. 14 feet away. Misses off the right iron.
Very dangerous to leave a guy like that open. Lucky break there for the D.
Outside, Levine. And the Bulls with another miss. For Atlanta, they've gone 8 of 16 from the field in the fourth, exactly 50%. Delaney, the pass to Collins. During the pre-draft process, Brent, we're seeing more and more players refuse to work out for certain teams and for a variety of reasons. How would you feel about drafting a player who declined to work out for you?
I think I feel much better, Kevin, if I had a tremendous track record and confidence in the scouts that I have deployed throughout the season who've gone out and seen these players, not just once or twice, but 10 or 12 times over, where we could still make the assumption about what this player can do for our organization without having some personal time or the individualized workout. So it's up to your staff to do their diligence.
Catching up on the changes for Chicago. Noah Vonleh, he's checked in for Lopez. Paul Zipser comes in for Markkanen. And G's subbed in for Zach LaVine. Kent Bazemore's checked in for the Hawks. Malcolm Delaney comes in for Taylor. The Bulls also changing it up. Robin Lopez is checked in for Noah Vonleh. Markkanen comes in for Paul Zipser. And LaVine subbed in for G. Here's Delaney. Here's the screen to the paint. And a lot of contact on that one, so he'll shoot 2 here. Chris Dunn picks one up.
Shooting for Atlanta, number 34. 2 shots.
That free throw, no good. Atlanta making some changes. Plumlee, he's checked in for Prince, and Taylor subbed in for Malcolm Delaney. The Bulls also changing it up. Noah Vonleh, he's checked in for Markkanen. Paul Zipser comes in for Justin Holiday, and G's subbed in for Dunn.
And guys, what we saw here tonight is one side having everything going for them. Huge margin of victory for the Bulls.
One of the areas that has been critical for them, the second chance points we've seen from them tonight.
A huge factor in this one, Kevin. The hustle on the offensive glass, the willingness to go after those rebounds, that was key.
And now on the year, this will take them to 28 wins.
They were really smart in the use of that game plan tonight. Used it in their first 2 games against this team, which equal to 2 wins.
Bazemore looking pretty comfortable on the inside there, weaving around for that 2.
Kick out to Levine. Feeds it to Lopez. 40 seconds left in the fourth quarter of this one. Here's G. He's guarded by Plumlee. Lopez missing again.
That's a wide open shot. Sadly, he came up short.
Bazemore inside the three-point line. Nice shot from the wing.
And finally hitting their stride. This is the run they needed earlier.
Well, easier to do once the game is on ice, as your opponent sometimes has a tendency to relax.
Here's G. And so Chicago takes this one, and by a big margin. A solid win on the road for them. This building was dead silent by the time, GA, this one wound down.
And that's what you want to do. Take the crowd out of it by crunch time. Don't give them any chance to lift their team up at the finish.
And that about wraps it up. For Greg Anthony, Brett Barry, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan. Thank you for watching the NBA, presented by 2K Sports. See you next time.